our greatest state senator in office. We need her, Wisconsin.
Thank you.
I am very proud to call her my state senator. She's been my state senator for long before I was in the legislature, and the more I've gotten to know Alberta and the more I get to know about her, the more I'm really just impressed at what a wonderful, wonderful person she is, and what a fantastic legislator she is, and what a fantastic person she is. So I just want to say thanks to all of you for being here today, and I see our new representative from the 60th Assembly District is here, Dewey.
Yay.
Dewey, welcome.
Dewey, yay. Congratulations.
So we also are very, very blessed to have our wonderful Lieutenant Governor here.
Yay.
Another person that I'm extremely proud to serve with. So I want to say thank you, and I will turn things over to Rebecca Kleefisch, our Lieutenant Governor.
Well, way back when Jim and I were actually in television news, there was one woman, yes, I know, it was a long time ago, there was one woman in the state legislature who I admired beyond belief. I tell a lot of people how Scott Walker was one of my very best sources in the state capitol, but the other one, the one from the state senate, is standing beside me here today. Alberta Darling is someone who I respect so tremendously. When I met her for the very first time, sorry, my children's issues advisors are with me today. Who are very important in advising on children's issues, I must say. But when I met State Senator Alberta Darling years ago in that first interview that we did at your house, I was so impressed at how a wife and a mother and someone who was so prominent in the marketing industry could make such a tremendous difference in the lives of her constituents every single day. I was so impressed. I respected her so tremendously, and that respect has only grown over the years. When I first was approached to run for Lieutenant Governor, one of the very first people I consulted with was Alberta Darling. I respect her opinion, and I admire what she does for all of us every single day. You know that Governor Walker has had to make some tremendously hard decisions this year. Decisions that will affect my children's issues advisors, all of your children's issues advisors, for generations to come. These are tough decisions that aren't politically easy. And yet he was willing to make these decisions because he knew that he had the backing of great leaders like State Senator Alberta Darling. And there are people out there who believe that it is much better to do what's politically easy and what's simple and what gets you easy grabs in newspapers and among some constituent groups and special interests. And I say today it is far better to do what is right instead. And you can depend every day on the fact that Alberta Darling will do what is right for our children.
Thank you.
Friends, there are some people out there who would attack those who stood and did their jobs every single day during the middle of a very controversial time in Wisconsin history. A time when there were many of Senator Alberta Darling's colleagues who, instead of staying and defending their constituents' rights to hold on to more of their hard-earned money, instead absconded with all of their constituents' rights and ran away. It's unacceptable. It is unacceptable. And so we need to stand with Alberta Darling today and through the next weeks. We need to give her our time and our energy and our extra dollars because she needs it in order to continue to fight for you and me and the sons and daughters of the state of Wisconsin. But you didn't come here to hear me say that. You came here to hear what Alberta Darling has to say. And so it is my great pleasure today to introduce you to my friend, State Senator Alberta Darling.
Thank you, Rebecca. You have to go through a recall to have such a nice thing said about you. I really appreciate that, Rebecca.
I would say it anyway.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And Jim, aren't we lucky to have such leadership on our state? Dewey, welcome to the the world of crazy. But it's a time to make history in Wisconsin. We welcome you. But you know what? 2 years ago when I ran for the Senate, I said, you know what? I'm going to be a protector of the taxpayer. I'm going to help grow jobs and grow the economy because that's what we need in Wisconsin. I said we're going to have to get control of our spending and debt and deficit and go forward so we can grow jobs and grow the economy. I said that in 2008, got elected in the Democratic tsunami, and now here I am, a target of recall, for recall. And it's very upsetting to me that what these recallers are saying is they want to be beholden to special interest groups who want to overrule the votes of the decisions of the voters. Because just last November, doesn't seem like a long time ago, last November, oh my gosh. You know, Scott Walker got elected with a majority. You know, someone say, oh, it wasn't a huge 60%. No, but it was a majority. And a majority vote counts. And the Senate switched from Democrat to Republican. The Assembly switched as well. We have a majority in both houses, and we have a Republican governor, and we are making major reforms in our state. And these people from outside our state are saying, no, we want to overturn what your voters. We want to overturn what has happened in the last election. And our voices are going to be more important than those of you who voted. And I resent that. And I resent the fact that they think they can take our country. And this is who these people are. They are people who will say that what we did in Wisconsin is wrong. What we did was right, because what we are trying to do is protect the taxpayer, balance our $3.6 billion deficit without putting the burden on taxpayers. But the most important thing we're doing is trying to give the taxpayer an ability to use their money better. What we're trying to do is say, look, labor costs are huge in Wisconsin. 50% of state operations, 65 to 80% of local municipalities and police and fire and that whole ball of wax, counties, and at the school board level, it's 80 to 85% of the bill. So unless we get control of labor costs, we can never take our hard-earned tax dollars and put it where it needs to be, into teachers and into classrooms. The money is going for pensions and health care that costs 5 times more than most citizens in this state, and it's unacceptable. We're saying we have to get control of labor costs. We're not anti-teacher. We're not anti-union. We're not anti-government worker. We're not, but we're saying we have to protect the taxpayer. We have to use your dollars in a better way so that we can get the services better, better education, and better outcomes for the taxpayer who are making such a huge investment of their scarce dollars. We need to protect the middle class. We need to grow jobs in the economy. And to do that, we've got to get control of government spending. Is that outrageous? Is that a reason to have recalls? No, there have been 14 recalls in the whole history of our country. The reason I have a recall is because I am the chair of Joint Finance, and our speaker can't be recalled because he just got elected. Our majority leader can't be recalled because he just got elected. Scott Walker can't be recalled because he just got elected. So guess who is the #1 target? I am. And you know what? I'm proud to be that target because I'm proud to stand up and say enough is enough. We've got to take back our state. We've got to take back our country. And I feel so certain that we did the right thing, that gives me courage and that gives me energy to fight this fight while I'm also co-chair of finance, getting this budget online to grow jobs in the economy. It's really a tough thing to balance. But with your help, we can prevent this recall from happening. With your help, we can win in June or July or whenever it's going to be. And with your help, we can take back our state. Why they're so mad at us is because we said, you as a teacher or you as a government employee can choose. It's your right to choose whether you want to join a union or not. Don't you think that's how it should be? To choose. To choose whether you want to give $800 to $1,000 of your hard-earned money to a union. And why the unions are so offended is they use that money to fund elections so that they can influence the federal elections, so they can influence the state elections, so they can influence the school board elections, so they can influence the county elections, they can influence the municipality elections, and get people elected who will give them what they want. And the time has come to end it. And look what has changed since Wisconsin passed our reforms. Look at what has happened since we said, you know what, we're going to reform our budgeting and get control of our expenses, especially labor costs, especially the costs of doing business in Wisconsin. Look who's followed. Ohio, much bigger state than Wisconsin, almost not a whimper. Tennessee, Florida. I think South Carolina is going, and Michigan, Massachusetts, a very, very Democratic state. And if you want to read a really insightful article, get the Atlantic Monthly and read the article by John Klein, the regent of the New York school system. He quit. He quit and writes about how the unions have control of the schools to the detriment of children and their education, to the detriment of the taxpayers. And that's what we're doing in Wisconsin. We're taking control of our spending. We're taking control of our schools. We're taking control over our government. And we're saying the voters matter. The voters matter. And we can't have special interest groups overriding what the voters want to do. And this is not only taking back Wisconsin, this is taking back our country. This is about the future of our country. And I see many young people here, and I say, we're doing this for you. So you have the kind of future that we've had, and the opportunities that we've had to have our dreams come true. So we're doing this for you, so your dreams can come true. We're taking back our state, we're taking back our country. So what can you do for me? You can help me. You can help me, because this is going to get furious. They had an article in the Wall Street Journal that said that the unions were, and they said this publicly, they were going to put $30 million against us in Wisconsin, because they wanted to make examples of us, and I get to be at the top of the list because of my role with Governor Walker and the Finance Committee. But you know what? We have to show them their money will not rule over grassroots activists who are going to take back our state. You're helping me and helping the others who are up for recall. We'll tell these unions the day is over where they can win by paying off people to get where they want to get. We are going to do a grassroots major effort here. So we need you on the phones. We need you to walk your neighborhoods. We need you to get signs out. We need you to help us get out the vote, because basically this is going to be a massive grassroots effort. Neighbor to neighbor, neighborhood to neighborhood, area to area, county to county. I represent 4 counties. We have to really work hard, because our efforts are going to overturn the special interests who want to take back our government. So thank you for being here. You can help me out by going to my website, albertadarling.com. I have an explanation of why we are doing what we're doing. You can email that to your friends. Get them to help me as well. You can look at a lot of the different issues that we think are important to Wisconsin, and you can help me get the word out. And I do need money, and I do need you here to help ID voters, because this grassroots effort will start with IDing voters, seeing who's with us, who's against us, who's undecided, and when they're undecided, try to get out the message of why we're doing what we're doing and why this is so important in the history of our country, the history of our state. We can overcome these unions. Wisconsin will not be the example that the whipping boys that they want to make us. Thank you for being here, and I really appreciate it. I'd like to introduce a few people. I see my friend Glenn Grothman is here, right? Glenn, come join me. Justin Phillips, who is running this office. Justin is right here. Andrew Davis. Andrew's my campaign manager. Where are you, Andrew? He's right over here. I especially want to acknowledge my assemblyman, Jim Ott. I've had more fun, more satisfaction, more pleasure working with this talented man of principle, and we are now doing a drunken driving legislation that I think will be very important. We've worked on a lot of issues. He's an excellent legislator, and I just really appreciate your partnership. Everybody loves Jim Ott.
Loves Alberta Darling.
Thank you. So we are going to have such a great team. Andrew is just leading us. We have 3 offices, so one in Menominee Falls, Germantown, right off County Line Road, here in Thiensville, and also in the North Shore in Glendale. I want to introduce Lori Wolf, who is the head of the North Shore Republicans.
All right.
A whole bunch of volunteers have this fabulous office going in Glendale, and all the offices are open almost 24/7. Not quite, but almost. So, Justin, do you want to say what the hours will be for this office?
Hours in this office right now are 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday, and then 9 to 6 for right now, Saturday and Sunday. But obviously, as the election gets closer, it's going to be 9 to 8 Monday through Friday. 9 to 9 Monday through Friday, too. So, whenever you get a chance, please come in. Like Alberta said, please help get the word out about this election and help us ID voters.
Yeah, we really have to do the basic guts of a campaign. You know, a lot of people think campaigns boil down to ads and a lot of spending. Yeah, we're going to raise a lot of money, but there's going to be so much money spent against us that our legwork and our phone work and our neighbor involvements in neighborhood events will really make the difference. So I think I made most of the introductions. If I've forgotten anybody, I'm really sorry, but all of you are so important to me. This is about our future, so thank you for being here. Please sign. There are clipboards around, aren't they, Justin?
Yes.
And make sure you sign up so that we can keep you posted about what's happening. We have a nice parking lot out here where we're going to have some events and cookouts, so be sure to come and have some fun too, because there's nothing better than making a difference and having fun and meeting good people, and so I think we have the right combination. Thanks a lot, everybody. You take care.